Welcome back to the channel, my YouTube fam. The loc is locs, the loc mean nation. Please stand up and rise, because we have arrived and we are fully and completely locked. Welcome back to the video. Now this is Loc Stories episode 4, Trials and Tribulations in the Process of Having Your Locks. So we'll be going over that, but before we begin, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Make sure that the notification bell is on all and it look like this. And make sure you hit the thumbs up, like the video, and if you enjoy content like this and enjoy these Loc Story series, please hit that like button. Also, leave in the comment section below. Tell me what your trials and tribulations are and has been with your locks. Then also share this video with your friends and family. And let's keep the ball rolling. So like I said, we are actually going over my trials and tribulations while having my locks. And let's just say it has been very significant. I like to give you these loc stories in order to give you like what really goes on behind scenes or behind all the good talk about locks, but we fail to let people know like what we truly go through during the process. And the process is a very patient journey. And so I want to inform you of what's been going on with me in order to give you that, to give you some clarity, some understanding in order to prevent any issues that you may go through or any struggles that you may come across. So let's start by saying that the thing that mainly has been an issue for me has been the flat locks. Flat locks has been an issue for me. I knew that there were potential when going into semi-freeforming. I knew that it was possible in going into semi-freeforming or freeforming in general. I knew that there's a possibility that you're going to have flat locks. Now every loc journey that I've had in the past has been very cylindrical, rounded, maintained, and I kind of wanted to keep with that process, to keep with that method, to keep the rounded cylindrical look, because I like the feel of it. I like the appearance. I like, how it looks, regardless if they're thick or small. But that has been my issue, and I'll say up to like 7 or 8 locs that have been flat. So I fixed them with the crochet needle, using the crochet method in order to fix my flat locks. So I fixed the actual shaft of the loc. But what tended to happen was, even though I fixed the shaft of the loc where it has actually butted up and locked up, the roots still kind of remain kind of flat, like, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, it came out flat from the roots all the way to the shaft of the loc, right? So when I twist and done the crocheting, right, it knitted everything else in the actual shaft of the loc, the thickness and the bulge of it, where everything was fully locked, but the root was still in a flat state. So what I did was to kind of restructure my loc to guide it and help it get into that cylindrical form. A few of the locs, I'm doing a little trial. I put rubber bands around those flat locks. I twisted them, then applied the rubber band to kind of keep it cylindrical. So right now, a few of my locs, from this here, from this here, and there's a few others in the back. I'm not going to keep them in long. I just wanted to guide my locks into this cylindrical path. Like, I wanted them to understand what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to keep it in there where my hair locks up and get crazy and it gets difficult to release them. But like I said, I want to guide the loc so it keeps the roots together. So the root understands that I want a cylindrical lock. I wanted to go in and go out and then bulge out and keep that knitted, you know, instead of the flat look and then the root being flat. Even though the departing size is very sizable and is very, as you can see with this lock here, it's enough of the parting here. So there should be no reason to why it should have that. But since they were already guided in that direction before, and how I handled it in the beginning, which I wish I would have did when I first got them started, and I wish I would have retwisted them well in that after the first month. Retwisted my hair after the first month. Either professionally did it or did it myself. However, retwisted my hair in that first month, and then instead of just going, you know, the 3 months out. So I actually went 3 months out. And so, and then I have one incident where my hair was a little bit damp, a little wet. After air drying, it was still a little slightly damp, and I tied my hair down with the silk scarf, and that's what created, you know, a little bit of the flatness. Cause I kind of kept the scarf on while I was at work, and also while, you know, I slept at night. So that created that issue. And then another thing that I understood very vividly about my hair is two-strand twist. In order for me to have two-strand twist with my hair in trying to do semi-freeforming, I need to, just like I stated, implement the retwist a little bit early in, you know, so that way it can really be guided. Because, like, let me see if I can feel it. Like this lock right here, you will not believe this, but it is actually square. Like, it is a square feel. Like, I've never had a square lock ever, but it actually has a square feel to it. That is shocking to me. I never had any square locks a day in my life, but I just really understood that the two-strand twist for me, while I'm semi-freeforming, going 3 months out of a retwist, when they're knitted together, I guess in a way they will unravel. Like, say if this the knit, right? But in the way it unraveled in order to create the lock. So it got thick, but it was still kind of flat in the middle, almost like a hot dog bun, you know? So it was like thick. It started out like this, tie those two together, and as they broke up, they went this route. If you can, you know, let me see if I can find one of the logs, like this one here. Like, as you can see, you see the width. It looks very thick. It looks very thick everywhere else, right? But as you get closer and look, it's a little bit on the flat side here. You know what I mean? So it gives you the appearance of thick, but it's a little bit flat. So it's almost like the two-strand twist broke out. Instead of staying knitted together, it broke out and then tried to fill in the middle later on. So, and this is all the metamorphosis my hair went through itself. Like, I didn't do anything to try to, you know, recreate it. I let my hair be itself, do itself. So this is the results of what it came out. So, you know, there was less training, less developing, and less guiding what I did. So, because I wanted that whole semi-freeforming experience. I wanted that. So that's what I came across. And those have been, you know, some things that I understood about my hair. If in a world chance that I even decide to do my hair again, it will be cone coils. This time I would do a reasonable size of part to lot ratio, medium size, however large size, whatever depends, whatever I feel like going with that at that period of time, at that moment. But right now, I'm loving my locks, but there are some things that, like I said, are creating some just tribulations that I wish, you know, my hair would just, you know, wouldn't go through. And so that's what I'm kind of following. And so I give that to you so you guys will understand, like, yeah, it's crazy. Then the third thing that like I said before, you have this 2-strand twist right here. This is 2-strand all the way through, right? But there's some budding, you know, it budded from all the way from here. So it actually started budding here, and then everything else fell into place. So as I retwisted it from this point on, for some reason it created almost like a lock right here, to where this hair is not getting the shedded hairs that you produce, you know, in a daily basis. So this is still kind of feel 2-stranded. You can see, you can feel it, and you know, I don't know if it would ever push, you know, the shedded hair into this lock in order to fill it out. I don't know. You know, that's something I have to go through, and time will tell. But as you can see, it's almost like it's tied, like it's knotted up right there. Like it's almost like I did a interlocking right there. And almost a great majority of every lock has that. It's the weirdest thing. It's like it's fingers. It look like fingers, man. Like they look a little weird. And I don't know if they will actually fill out like all the way. It's the weirdest thing. And then like this one has got this Captain Hook little elbow or whatever like that. That's just been annoying, that I wish was straightened out. But I know this lock, it just do what it want to do. But I know it'll lay flat as it get longer and get them a little bit more dense. But yeah, like that's been the weirdest thing. Like this little elbow, I know that'll straighten out in time. But it's almost like the bottom areas are very thin. So I don't know if they'll fill out. And if my hair get extremely long, which it will, when they get extremely long and I still have this going on, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just crochet these right on into the lock, so it'll round that off if it never fills out. And that's if it never fills out. So if it never does, then I will be crocheting that into the lock, so that way you can get that, you know, so I can get the round ends, you know, the rounded ends, and have the lock look complete. You know, like I said, I want the cylindrical full look. I don't mind what my hair is doing now. I'm just understanding what 2-strand twist does when I'm trying to semi-freeforming, and the way that I'm going in semi-freeforming, waiting out, you know, 3 weeks until a retwist, you know. And actually I wash like my hair every, let's say every 3 weeks, somewhere around that. So every 3 weeks I wash my hair, and every 3 months, that's when I retwist my hair. So those are the things that have been going on. So like I said, I give you all that so you can understand like maybe what to expect if you're following my path, my way entirely. You know, you've pretty much been with me from start to finish in the entire process. I look back at my old videos and I see how baby my locks look, how thin they look, how just frizzy they are. And my hair is still frizzy, like, but they're compacting, you know, they're contracting, they're building up, they're filling out, they're thickening up, they're densening. You know, the hair is actually getting a slight bit more coarser. So like I said, and I'm guiding it a little bit more using the rubber bands to the ones that I feel like the root was just a little bit more flat looking. But I want to see what that does. If it does a great job in forming the cylindrical lock, then I probably do that on the rest of the flat locks. Like I said, the shaft is not the issue, it's where the root is. Because if I can straighten out the root, then I can force the hair. I can force the hair to then start, you know, going in that path that I want it to. And so when the retwist comes in, everything is just right on point, right on target. So that's what I really want to do. And those, like I said, this is the trials and tribulations that I've been facing. And it's been pretty radical, but overall though, I love my hair overall. Like I must say that honestly and truthfully, I really enjoy my hair. I just want to give you the issues and things that I've been running across, because it's been a weird process. I've never, ever, out of all the journeys I've had, out of the 3 journeys I had previously, I have never witnessed this ever. So I had to get on camera and let you guys know, had to make a video about it. But guys, ladies and gents, lockies and locettes, that would actually conclude the Loc Stories episode 4, Trials and Tribulations while having your locks. And before you leave here, do me a huge favor. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Make sure that it is on all and it looks like that. Then give me that thumbs up. Like the video if you enjoy the Loc Stories and the Loc Stories series. And for me to just be transparent with you, then share this video with your friends and family. Also leave in the comment section below and tell me and let me know about your trials and tribulations through your lock journey and process. I would love to hear that and give you feedback on that. So let's start the engagement by doing that. So all my lockies and locettes in the Lock Me Nation, please stand up and rise, because we have arrived and we are locked, ready to go. So my YouTube fam, before I can let you go, you know I gotta leave you with the mantra: if God didn't make me special, he didn't make me right. Once again, if God didn't make me special, he didn't make me right. So that will actually conclude the video, guys, and I would love to see you in the next video next time. Peace.